Hey guys, what's up? This is GVKcollectibles, and today we're taking a trip to Isla Nublar to see if we can save the last of the Velociraptors herself. So today we have the Jurassic World Ember Collection, Velociraptor Blue, from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So the interesting thing is with the Ember Collection, this is their adult kind of oriented 6-inch collector line, which I think a lot of people have been asking for. This has kind of been a thing people I think have wanted for a long time, a 6-inch scale dinosaur figures. And even within the Jurassic World series, because they're definitely a line who's moved up to the 6-inch scale, but they're still doing the traditional stuff, like the 3/4 inch stuff, that is, the traditional dino stuff, which I love. But initially, I wasn't planning on to get any of the Ember series, just because I thought I was going to stick to primarily the main series. But ultimately, after seeing a lot of the figures, I ultimately decided, yeah, I want to get these So my first, my first two that I bought were Blue and Owen. So, mainly just because these are, like, the ones that stand out to me the most. I mean, I do plan on getting the Amalgam and the original Velociraptor, but I just want to say, just off the bat, Blue looks amazing. Like, the paint apps on her look really, really great. Really better than anything, like, the 3/4 inch scale figures could do. But not saying to discount those figures at all, because those are great figures. But let's go over the packaging. The Ember Collection has a really cool packaging to it. It's kind of probably dumbfounded with words, because it's something that I've not really seen with figures. Usually a lot of figures will come into square boxes, or like the Ultimate style figures like NECA does. But something like this is just really, really cool. Like, you get an Ember right here, a mosquito with an Ember with the Ember Collection, and you get Blue and a write-up of her. Blue really was when Jurassic World came out, she really was the standout character of this movie, which completely makes sense. She is a really, really cool character. She's become really iconic in her own way, like the T-Rex and a lot of the other dinosaurs, so it was no question that she would be appearing in Fallen Kingdom, and she's definitely going to be making an appearance in Dominion. But yeah, you get the cool Jurassic World logo on the top, just like kind of crackles and everything throughout the Ember, like it's a kind of obsidian or like fossilized. So, with that out of the way, let's get her out of the packaging. Blue out of the packaging, and man, I am super impressed with the Ember Collection just in general so far, with just even Blue, and I also got Owen too. These are both reviews are being filmed simultaneously, and man, Blue is very, very impressive. Like, the quality, this figure very much reminds me of the first Indominus, the Indoraptor from Mattel. In just terms of articulation, I mean, I was really impressed with that figure when I got it, just because of the amount of articulation for a dinosaur figure that I've never seen before. Then, of course, the Beast of Mesozoic, their articulation's really good. But man, I feel like there's just something with this particular figure, Blue in general, that is really, really great and really fantastic. The articulation is wonderful for a dinosaur figure. She stands up. Like, I was afraid that I was going to need the base that came with her to hold her up, but no, this is completely no base whatsoever, and she stands up pretty well on her own, which is really, really, really incredible to do. God, there's a lot of positives of this figure. I think the paint apps on this figure are really great. I was kind of sketched out at first, especially with the OG Raptor. Not to say that it looked bad, there's some kind of shoddy. I felt like the paint apps could have been better. But looking at this is really wonderful, because it's not just like a scent of this kind of olive green around her. She has, like, there are like brown kind of gray patches, like gray, gray striping throughout the whole figure. She's not all green. The blue is really great across the color, looks exactly how it does in the film. The tail's really cool. The tail's on a bendy wire. Mine had a little bit of a problem where it's like some of the bendy, like, because this is because you go from this is hard plastic to like this kind of flexible kind of plastic, and it kind of like the NECA figures that had the bendy wire tail of the Godzilla NECA figures that had the bendy wire tail. Kind of like that, but I don't think it's too big of an issue to ultimately detract from the figure, because I think the figure just in general is really, really great. So let's get into, but she did come with a few, just some small accessories, so we'll get into those right now. So this is really the only accessory that Blue comes with, unlike the human figures, and I would even say the extension of like human figures, which they have a bit of accessories. The dinosaur itself is the accessory and is a selling point, but it does come with this really, really cool base for kind of aerial posing shots. So if you want Blue to be kind of like jumping out on your display, you can definitely do that. It's really cool. It's got the Jurassic Park T-Rex logo right on the bottom. It looks like it is, to keep the theme of Ember, it looks like it's an Ember Rock, and the little, I guess, the little display base is really good. Like, the actual little arm is really good. Can get into, go back that far, go far. Popped it off, of course. But once again, if you need to store this somewhere, you don't need to worry about it. It's not like the T-Rex tail, like the Extreme Chomping T-Rex tail, where it's a one-time thing, and you can't get it out. But if you want to, you just plug it in, and there you got your base. I don't see me using the base for Blue just because I am very impressed with just her standing up on her own, but it is pretty wonderful. It's a really cool idea, and it's good to have like that kind of display option for collectors. So let's get into the articulation of Blue. So the articulation with Blue can look up all the way like that, which is pretty good for a dinosaur. It is really good for a dinosaur figure. She can look down, looks like she's kind of in a hunting position. Neck, her arms are on a hinge. They're on a ball joint hinge, so they can swivel. They swivel all around. They can go up and down because there is that like joint hinge, which I'm a fan of. I love that. It very much reminds me. This figure definitely reminds me of a NECA figure. A lot of people say not as brittle because NECA figures can be a little brittle, but like this feels like really, really good. Also rotating wrists, and I think you could rotate them all around if you really desire that. So if you really want, like, if you're not a fan of pronated wrists, you can go for the much more accurate looking for the dinosaur, which looks really cool. I mean, it looks a little weird to me, but like once again, like I think if they change other figures, this would look pretty natural. Her legs can go that far and go back that far, and you can get her into some like really cool poses. The tail is like a separate kind of joint. It's like this kind of hard, it's a soft plastic. I would say up to this point right here is where a bendy wire is. I think that's about it. But yeah, I do think the articulation on this figure is really, really well done. You can make her, you can stand her up pretty well. You can also have her drag her tail a little bit. But yeah, I think she looks really, really great. Great figure. Oh, also, the sickle claw. Well, hold on, it's gonna be upside down, but let's get this in and try to see if we can get this focused a little bit more. Alright, so the sickle claw can move down and up, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so let's ultimately get, and here, let's get a little zoom up of her face. Oh, that's not. Yeah, she looked really great. The yellow and the kind of lizard eye Oh, yeah, and also another point of articulation that I forgot to mention. She can open her jaw pretty wide, which looks pretty cool, and it doesn't look too unnatural. Like, I think, like, for me right here, that's about good, but that's that's a pretty good term and range and articulation. Also, the head can move side to side. The neck can go fully around if you really desire so, but, like, you can get her into some pretty dynamic poses, which is really good. But yeah, so let's get into size comparison of see what she scales with. So here we have Blue next to a few of some different kind of 6-inch scale figures from different companies. So we have the Predator, the Jungle Hunter Predator from NECA. We have Blue, of course, from the Ember Collection. We have Agent Venom from Marvel Legends, and we have the McFarlane Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 1984. I think she scales pretty well with other like non-figures, like non-Mattel figures that are in the Ember line. I think seeing her next to the Predator is really, really cool to see, because that's always kind of a cool visual to see dinosaurs fight, the Predators fight with dinosaurs. Venom looks really good, and just generally scales pretty well with human figures. Here's some other kind of dinosaurs that fit into scale with Blue. So we have the Mesozoic Beasts Pyroraptor, which is a really fantastic figure, and also we got the Indoraptor from the Jurassic World line. Now, that Indoraptor, as I said, I feel like this was very much a prototype for the Ember line, because there you could definitely see the articulation and the joints and everything with this specific figure. They just like took it and amped it up with this figure, I think. But ultimately, I think all these dinosaur figures are really good. The Mesozoic Beast figure is a really cool, accurate, like they're accurate representations of what dinosaurs would have looked like. The Raptor series is fantastic. There is a Ceratopsian series, and I believe they're working on a Tyrannosaur when they're going to be doing T-Rex and stuff, but it's not going to look like the JP1, of course. But ultimately, I think all these dinosaur toys are really great. Now, when it comes to the question of which one I prefer, the Pyroraptor or Blue, while I like them both, I'm going to have to give it to Blue, just because Blue has the outstanding feature of looking really good for a cheap, affordable price, as opposed to this one, who's a little bit more expensive, but that's okay, because you're getting your money's worth out of this guy, and I think technically you're getting the money out of worth both of these. I would definitely suggest both these figures if you are a dinosaur fan, a Jurassic Park fan, you love Blue, just anything. And pick up this guy if you could find him. I don't think he's in print anymore from Mattel, but you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if they re-release him. But hopefully, it would be really cool to see an Ember collection of the Indoraptor. So we got the Dilophosaurus and Nedry, which is really cool, so hopefully we get to see more of the Ember line continue. Alright, and here we have Blue just posed next to a dead Indoraptor. I try to recreate something from the movie, but that's a little hard to do, but I think this is close enough. Ultimately, my overall thoughts of the Blue figure is it is a really great dinosaur figure. It's a really great action figure, too, in general. The articulation is really wonderful. The ability, even her being able to stand on her own, 2 feet, flat, is really great. The paint apps are wonderful. The only problem I really had was, I did mention it was plastic. This is actually a rubber, kind of like a rubber plastic, kind of like the old traditional Kenner figure. So if I said plastic, I'm wrong. It's actually rubber. But the rubber is like there's a little deterioration, and not deterioration, but there's a little problems here or there, just with it kind of being like stress, I guess, from it. But other than that, I think the figure is really great, and I definitely suggest picking this up along with the rest of the Raptor squad, and especially Echo when they come out, including also the Jurassic Park ones too, because those ones look amazing, and I do plan on getting those ones and possibly reviewing them later on the channel. So if you like this video, guys, remember to hit subscribe and hit that little bell notification to get notified when new videos like this, the action figure reviews, get uploaded on Fridays. And make sure to check out more from us. So yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing. Hit that like button too if you enjoyed the content. So with that being said, I hope you all guys have a wonderful day. Peace.